When my primary care doctor first recommended adding a developmental specialist to my daughter's medical team, my wife and I had the same reaction.
Another one.
We were juggling so many appointments at the time, and we were not looking for another one. We did not understand why this specialist was so important. At first, I just did not want to do it. As time progressed, our therapist for Ro at the time suggested that we get her ready for preschool. And that's pretty much what we did. We went to the meeting and it just went downhill. We did not get what we wanted at all. I think they said, oh, she has a drink. She is going to be homeschooled. We're going to send an aide out and they're going to teach her. My wife was not having that. We luckily had a meeting coming up with our developmental specialist, and we were vocal about what was going on with Ro in school. And the specialist said, lawyer up. Here's a number. Call it right now. That's what we pretty much did, especially when we discovered that the lawyer was going to be free. That was a big game changer. Once we brought the lawyer on board, we were getting ready to bring her to school at that point. Like, we were meeting staff and everything. Having a lawyer changes everything, and we would have never known about the lawyer unless we had that conversation with the developmental specialist. Ro ended up not going to school, but that was just because they're nursing. We did not trust them with our daughter. With that being said, this really showed us how important a developmental specialist is, because if we did not have the developmental specialist, my daughter would not be touching a school for a very long time without that advice about the lawyer. So at the core of a social worker, they're meant to guide you through your problems, helping you navigate through your problems. That's pretty much what a developmental specialist does. They help you navigate through your child's development, and whatever problems that may pop up, they are able to give you the resources to resolve those issues. And that's pretty much it. Just understand that, well, from my experience, they're not going to make any phone calls for you. They're not going to go to the school and be your support when you're signing the person up or whatever. They're not going to give you resources to the best schools in the city or whatnot. They're just going to give you their insights about your child's development, give you advice and next steps. And it's up to you as the parent to do the rest. With that being said, are developmental specialists important? In my opinion, they have been helpful with giving us advice about our child's development, but they have not been helpful in keeping us on board. It was a process to get Ro into this location, to get that developmental specialist. So I would think that, they would give us a phone call and email 50 times a month telling us, hey, we haven't talked to you. The dental teams, they always send you an email like a month before and then a week before. Hey, your child hasn't been here for a dental exam. You have to get them in. Man, our developmental specialist is kind of like, yo, if you make it, you make it. If you don't, you're getting kicked out. It's like you're literally the person that has to do everything to keep the relationship going. Our primary care doctor is so great that she actually reminded us, hey, you better make a phone call to the developmental specialist. Make a phone call now. So I don't know if that's like how you all are experiencing developmental specialists, but just be aware if you don't have one yet, that you may be the one keeping the relationship together. And it's very important for you to stay on top of things, especially if you are having issues or trouble understanding where your child is developmentally with their motor skills, their communication skills, and social emotional skills, all of that. That's what they're going to be able to help you with. I do feel like they're super important because they just have so much knowledge. You can't turn away knowledge, especially when you don't have it, especially you don't have it, you don't know where to go to get it. They are the ones that can give you that knowledge and pinpoint the areas or places for you to go so you're not wasting all of the time. I could also say the visits are pretty lengthy and they involve your child interacting with the specialist. That means you really can't do like a telehealth visit. You really want to be there in person so that your child gets all that they need from this visit. I think that's pretty much all I can really give you about developmental specialists. If you have any more questions, let me know down in the comments. First, I thought that they were going to be a nuisance. I thought they were going to be another waste of time, but now I see them as a valuable tool in the toolkit, a valuable resource to use to understand where my daughter is and what she needs, what she may not need. And I have more videos about developmental specialists coming up to break down more of who they are. So if this video wasn't enough and you want more about developmental specialists, be sure to subscribe, comment down below your thoughts. Does your child have a developmental specialist? What are your experiences? Let us all know in the comments. Hit the like button, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace and one more.